again. I know it's been a while since I last posted. I just haven't had anything to talk about, which is weird because in my head I think I have a lot to talk about. And then I just don't. I don't really have anything in particular to talk about today, but I thought I'd touch base. Just driving on home again. It's about 3:15-ish in the afternoon, and before you think, wow, she gets off at 3, I'm also into work at 7 in the morning. I was gonna swear there, but I didn't. Yeah, so we had a turn of the weather this weekend, where it was like the worst winter could possibly throw at you, and I shouldn't say the worst because I've lived through an ice storm and that wasn't fun. So today, just trying to dodge flying sheets of ice from the back of mainly transport trucks, but this morning I got dinged by a doozy coming off the top of an SUV. People, please clear off your cars and vehicles before you go on the road. I just got a bunch of snow off of this truck over here. I know you can't see it, but these sheets are terrifying when they're coming at you and you're going 100, which I'm not going right now, so that's good. But still scary when you see this giant sheet of white coming at your car because you don't know how hard it's going to hit, what damage it's going to do, because I've seen some damage before. Other than that, things that I have on the go right now, I'm psycho busy this week. Double booked myself tonight. I've got to bring in my princess puppy pants for a groom this evening, finally. We had to cancel on Friday because the weather was so terrible I could barely get home. And I was still wondering what the heck happened there because it was really slippery and I was only going like 80 or 90 kilometers an hour on the highway, and I normally do more than that. I'm not going to disclose how much more, but the speed limit's 100. So for the entire population on the highway going 80, that was terribly slow. And it was very slick and slippery, and all kinds of fun was happening. And I still managed to get home in just under an hour. So I must have hit a wormhole or something on the way home, or my car transformed into a helicopter, but that was definitely weird that it didn't take me 2.5 to 3 hours to get home, which has only happened twice now since I've started this new job. When I was, I should mention, sorry, for people that don't know, I work in the east of Toronto, of the GTA, or not the east, I'm sorry, the west. Getting my directions all confused. You'll learn that about me. I'm very directionally challenged. I work in the west of the GTA, and I live west, much further west of Toronto itself. But I used to live in the east, so I used to have to commute across the top of the city. I think we had this discussion already. It was frequent that I would get stuck in traffic for whatever reason. Even though the drive was technically shorter where I used to live, like distance-wise, I would frequently get caught up in traffic for more than 2 hours, more than 3 hours sometimes. And sometimes it really had nothing to do with the weather or volume or anything like that. It was just something happened and you were stuck in traffic. It was actually a pretty terrible, terrible commute. This commute isn't horrible. Most days it's just under an hour. I think the most I've really been in the car is 2 hours and 15 minutes, and that was due to really super bad weather. So it's not bad, but you have to catch the traffic at the right time. And that means you're working from 7 to 3. Because if you go any later, then it's over an hour, and that's when there's potential, there's my cherries dangling in the window, sorry. That's when there's potential for accidents to happen or traffic to get backed up or whatever. And that's when you can be in traffic forever. This is the day in the life of a Toronto area person. Love to get something more local. That's not in the cards right now. I do like where I work, so it is what it is. It's a fair trade-off, right? Anyhow, things I've got on the go this week. I've got some seminars and stuff like that at the gym, which is awesome. I'm not giving them, I'm going to them. I'm not there yet. So I actually forgot that I had one tonight. So after I drop off Princess Puppy Pants for her groom, we're going to a seminar on eating well. This week I'm hoping to start painting my bathroom. I'm hoping to get that done at the end of this weekend in Canada, or well, in Ontario. I shouldn't say Canada, because some provinces have a different weekend. But in Ontario, this weekend is Family Day weekend, which is our newest long weekend holiday. It's usually around Valentine's Day. I know BC, I think, is today, so that's pretty neat. So I was hoping to get my bathroom done. I can't seem to pick a color. So first it was the great shower curtain issue where I could not for the life of me pick a shower curtain. Again, I was gonna swear, but I'm trying to keep it PG. I could not seem to pick a shower curtain. And it's not for lack of choice. I've had the same shower curtain forever, and I just couldn't seem to pick a new one. I picked one that isn't too far off. Well, it is. It's completely different than the one I currently have. And it's pretty. It's nice. It's traditional. It's not anything too far out of my comfort zone. Awesome. I don't have to go and change all my towels and stuff like that because I need a coordinating bathroom. I'm just like that. But now it's picking the paint. And I can't seem to pick a color. I think I've got it narrowed down. When I say I can't pick a color, it's not between 2 or 3 colors. There's 15 colors up on my wall right now. So I'm gonna narrow that down hopefully sometime this week so I can actually go out and buy the paint. But this paint job's gonna be a little bit more involved, so I'm gonna try and shoot some footage of it because my house, again, is very old. So there's layers upon layers upon layers of paint, especially in the bathroom. And especially on the windowsill and all the wood trim. Not necessarily on the door, which is a little surprising. I was expecting there to be more of a buildup on the door, but I think that they just left it the natural wood, and then because of condensation and whatever else, they probably decided to paint the back of it. So I think I can just throw a new layer of paint on there without a problem. But definitely the windowsill needs to be completely stripped, which is going to be fun because it's an old house, as I mentioned already. There's going to be lead paint there, so I've got to take certain precautions in stripping it. I can't just, willy-nilly go crazy about it, especially because I have my 2 little munchkins in my house, so I've got to keep the dust and everything down for that. So that's going to be a learning experience, and hopefully nobody gets lead poisoning. I bought a respirator, so that should be, a really sexy look for everyone. So like I said, I'm going to try and get some footage. I still have not had time to figure out how to edit videos and whatever else. And I know that these car vlogs are meant for rambling and stuff like that, but when I'm doing a job, I don't think you need to sit there for every single thing of the job, especially because it's not a tutorial. It's more so of a learn from me and my mistakes kind of ordeal. And I haven't yet filmed any footage about snow blowing, even though I've got the hang of it now, so that's awesome. I kind of like it if I have to shovel or remove snow, I should say. I'm happy that I have this snow blower. So I was a little bit worried because big machine things and, just the uncertainty of not knowing how to do it, especially because I've never seen anybody do it aside from my neighbor. So I was really happy with how quickly that I picked that up and got the hang of it and stuff like that. So I guess that's it for now. I will upload this probably as soon as I'm done, or as soon as I get home rather, because I don't want it to use up all my data. Other than that, I hope everybody's well, and I will talk to you soon. If you want to hear more car vlogs or see what I'm up to in the near future, I'm going to say the near future, but I'm not promising anything, on like home improvements and other projects that I've got going on, hit the subscribe button. I have a Facebook page now. It's called Janettyville, appropriately. And of course I've got Instagram, and do I have a Twitter? I don't think I set up a Twitter because I'd never go on it, so I don't have one. I could have one, but I just don't. I'm going to try and post some pictures and stuff like that on Facebook, on the Facebook page. So that's probably the best place if you want to sign up anywhere for updates and stuff like that. And I hope everything's good, and I will see you guys soon. Woo, we're picking up. I'm on my way home. I might get there within the hour. Yay. Have a good one. Bye.